Hi, good morning everybody. Thank you for being here. My name is Kристоф. I'm a journalist from Belgium, Brussels based. I've been working for the last 13 years with a Belgian magazine on international affairs. The name is Mo. I worked at the Lux Leaks project of ICIJ, the International Consortium of Investigative Journalists, exposing a leak of 28,000 pages, secret tax rulings that were made in Luxembourg with multinational companies. This, of course, was a huge challenge. How do you process 28,000 pages and then work with more than 80 journalists in 26 countries? What we did is, first of all, set up a database which makes the documents searchable. Make that database available online for all the journalists who participate in the project, so that they can perform their own searches for the companies of their countries. That was step number one. Step number two, we set up a secure online platform. You can compare it to Facebook for investigative journalists. In this platform, on a daily basis, we shared information, insights, questions, etc. And then after these two steps were taken, it basically came down to old school journalistic reporting, meaning starting from the information in the documents, you go and double check the stories with open source materials like online publications, company registries, etc. You go and talk to the companies involved because you want to hear their side of the story. And then you take all the elements together and you make it into good articles. So during the Lux Leaks investigation, we were actually focusing on very rich companies and individuals and families. So in a way, when you start an investigation like that as a journalist, you know that it might get tricky for you. What we did is, like I said, secure our communication online. We also worked with encrypted email via PGP, which I can recommend any journalist to learn. Another thing is we followed the journalistic deontology, meaning when you have information from a leak, it doesn't mean it's true. So you have to check and double check and perform your journalistic duty. And this also helps you in legal terms. Like if you did your job correct as a journalist, if you gave the other side the opportunity to react to your allegations, then strictly speaking, legally you should be firm. And this is also what we saw in Lux Leaks. No articles were taken to court because they would state falsehoods. So yes, we were aware that it could be a tricky investigation, but I think in the end we did it very well. One thing is that we work together online a lot through this secure platform, but another element that's important is that we also met one time face-to-face. That was in Brussels 5 months before we published the results of the Lux Leaks investigation. We had a meeting in Brussels where about 30 journalists came. Why is this important? Because you work on the basis of trust. You work together with colleagues who have a good track record of investigation, but still, you have to trust each other, and this doesn't work if you don't know each other in person, face to face. So I think this is a crucial element. Now, I think it's just very important if you want to do big investigations that you learn to work together, to collaborate amongst each other. I was told in the last couple of days that Bulgarian journalists don't necessarily already have this tradition, but I can only recommend journalists to work together over the boundaries of competitive media. So you don't necessarily have to work internationally. Already within Bulgaria, you can work a lot behind the screens together, share information, talk about which are important subjects in society to cover, etc. I can only recommend this. It will lead to better reporting, it will lead to more transparency. I think this is the way to go forward.